Steady that shelf! Oh, good catch. Over there, if you would. You left! Nice moves. Quick feet.
I felt like the magic mirror was playing games with my heart. Was it watching every move I made? Did it already know who my queen was? I needed to relax. I needed to be myself. I needed to help clean up the mess I made. What was this dark magic? An invisible wall guarded the outside world from me. If I wanted to impress the princesses, I would need to find another way to get that vase.
Which princess did you talk to first?
Shame. It looked like the lute cracked in the tumble and was in need of a repair.
Hey there. Sorry about earlier. Things got a little... weird.
It's all right. We all go a little... awkward sometimes.
I'm Graham, by the way. As in King Graham of Daventry. As in King Graham the... compassionate.
Compassionate. Lovely. Pleasure to meet you, Graham. I'm known as Niece. As in Princess Niece of Western Kalima.
Is niece short for something?
It is, but only my family calls me by my full name.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay then. So, I should also apologize for forgetting my adventuring rope. I guess nothing was planned in my proposal.
Yes, the adventuring rope. Sorry, I was just joking. Rope wouldn't help us.
It wouldn't?
If there was a way to escape, we would have done it by now. I've tried Pegasus summoning, beanstalk repelling, wishing on magic stars, you name it. V even constructed a hang glider out of sheets and hangers once. Nope. We're all bound to this tower by some outdated wizard spell. You know, one that needs some nonsensical ideal of love to break it.
I see.
I knew from reading Courting Queens to Hold Court the importance of a good first impression. I would have to choose my next words carefully.
So... are you originally from Western Kalima?
All my life. I have a huge family, so we don't get to travel much. This has been an experience. Are you originally from Daventry?
I'm a transplant from the far north, but Daventry has quickly become my home. Another question, if you'd humor me. What's your family like?
Huge, loud, very loving, and very rowdy. I'm the middle of 15 kids. Some start a family band. We started an orchestra. What's your family like? Do you know all of them?
My sisters and I are animal people. We've got 2 pet jinxes, a circus of weevils, werehogs, and a miniature chimera. Who would you say is your best friend?
V. Forever and always. We make a good team, and we're always coming up with the craziest of ideas. Well, I come up with the crazy ideas. She just kind of looks at me funny and stares at me blankly. Do you have a best friend?
Oh, well, I have Triumph. He's a great pal, but not much of a talker. Then there's the townspeople, and they're great, but I guess we're not like best friends. Oh, the knights, but they're sort of forced to like me. I guess it's an open position?
That was a nice distraction. Thank you. Perhaps we can continue later, but we really should get back to straightening up.
This puzzle box busted in the fall and could use some fixing.
Hello. I thought perhaps we could have a do-over.
A rematch? All right. Well, we could start with your name.
My name? Of course. I'm King Graham of Daventry. King Graham the... Wise.
The Wise. Nice to meet you, Graham. I'm V, as in Princess V of Eastern Kalima.
So, do you come here often? To this tower?
Well, it's an embarrassing story, but I'm not one to lie. An old woman bet me I couldn't climb to the top of this tower and beat the record. I'm never one to back down from a challenge.
Did you beat the record?
Of course I did. Crushed it. But now I'm trapped up here. I do hope Dad is not too worried. And that he remembers to change the Leviathan's water.
Leviathan?
So what about you? What brings you here?
Magic mirror told me I would meet the love of my life up here.
Well, that's awkward. But I appreciate your honesty. Now we really should get back to cleaning. We don't have much more time.
It was cold at the top of that tower. All I knew how to make was chocolate chip pancakes, and I didn't see any chocolate chips.
Hey, were you invited up there?
The take-home version of a battle of wits. Huh. I didn't see a spot for board games. An unfinished masterpiece. No idea where this belongs. Shame. It looks...
Don't go up there.
Do you have any ideas on how to grab that vase?
I'm sure a caring gentleman like yourself has a plan.
Do you have any ideas on how to grab that vase?
I'm sure a clever fellow like you can figure it out.
Round peg, now's not the time.
The vase sat just outside the boundaries of a spell keeping me inside the tower.
I'll finish it someday. Until then, it goes over there. Appreciate it.
My dad and I used to play this game for hours. It goes on that shelf. Appreciate it.
It was cold at the top of that tower. All I knew how to make was chocolate chip pancakes, and shame. It looked like... Advanced crosswords, riddles, and puzzles. The whole book was solved already. I wonder who it belonged to. The sparkly purple book had a winged Pegasus on its cover. Perhaps one of the princesses would know where it went.
I read that at least 3 times a year. Could you put it back over there?
The hidden magical world. Each page brings me more joy than the last. Can you put that over there?
Appreciate it.
Very nice.
Some sort of nunchuck made of bone. At least it was a self-sustainable business model. Bongos. Perhaps they go with the kitchenware.
My bongos! Oh, V says these are nothing but treble. Can you put them back over there?
What can I say? As an only child, I was in constant need to keep myself entertained. What can I say? As an only child, I was in constant need to keep myself entertained. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow, not too shabby. Excellent work, Graham.
It's Hagatha! You better hide.
I can't stand that soggy woman. I won't even speak to her.
V, that's not very nice.
Might not be nice, but it's true.
You've never been one to give the time of day to people you don't like.
Seriously, she looks like a melted marshmallow.
Everything tip-top up here? Ah, how are my delicate little flowers?
We're splendid, Hagatha. Thank you.
Looks like you lovelies missed a spot. What was that?
Nothing.
That's right, dearie. A good princess should keep her thoughts on the inside, just like we practiced. Oh, out of place?
Aftershock?
Oh, sweetie, we'll need to continue working on your awkward bungling. Looks like my garden needs to be weeded.
Zards, this part went so smooth.
That's right, dearie. A good princess should keep her thoughts on the inside, just like we practiced. Oh,
Aftershock?
oh, sweetie, we'll need to continue working on your awkward bungling.
I've been working on my sleep giggles, too.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, that smell. From over there. Yes, yes. What do we have here?
Agatha, would you like to...
Don't interrupt. It's rude.
Whatever you say. Slimy cucumber.
Gotcha. Oh, joy! Looks like another princess has joined our party.
Princess?
Long, flowing gown, pale skin with rose-colored cheeks, an elaborate headdress, and... wait. Oh, the scent of lavender. I recognize a princess when I see one. Welcome to my tower. I'd invite you to dinner, but you don't really have a choice. Oh, Agatha. Good one.
Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Oh, what a sweet little princess. Need to work on your grace, though. Now come. It's time to eat.
Hum's face.
Hey, hush!
What was that? What's everyone feel like for dinner?
I'll take savory.
Sweet, please.
After dinner, Agatha excused herself and told us to get our beauty rest like all good princesses should. The sun was setting, but none of us were sleepy. V suggested we play a game to pass the time. Niece picked out Moral Quarrel, a casual social game. V preferred something more competitive, but begrudgingly went along with it.
All right. The first step is we answer all the cards in front of us. We must answer honestly, or the game won't work.
A magical genie offers you one of two very specific wishes. A, you can live one life that lasts 1,000 years. Or B, you can live 10 lives that last 100 years. Which do you choose? You are a royal guard on the lookout for an evil sorcerer that has been terrorizing villagers. When you finally apprehend this sorcerer, you discover he is Charles, your childhood best friend. Do you A, tell Charles to leave town and never return? Or B, throw your friend in the castle dungeon? Would you rather A, have a pet dragon, or B, be a dragon? Would you rather A, have a tail that never stops loudly tapping against the ground, or B, have noodles for hands? Would you rather A, constantly reek of syrup and not smell it, Or B, constantly smell...
First, we mix up our hands. At the start of our turn, we choose which player we want to try to pair with. We'll then ask the question from the card at the top of our decks. If both asker and askee answer the same way, they both place the card on one of the 3 spaces between them. Once there are 3 cards between the 2 players, they both win the game. If there's not a match between players, the card must be discarded. If a player runs out of cards before matching 3, they lose. Graham, are you getting all this?
Oh, Mirror, which one is it? Is it B? Is it Niece? Do they like me? Do I like them? What does my breath smell like? Oh, lavender. And, eggs. We're inside. Should I take my hat off? What if they don't like capes? That's silly. Everyone loves capes. What if they're allergic to Triumph? Please tell me this is my inside voice.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, nothing. Just in my relaxed box.
Ready to begin? Graham, you start.
A magical genie offers you one of 2 very specific wishes. A, you can live 1 life that lasts 1,000 years. Or B, you can live 10 lives that last 100 years. Which do you choose?
%100% B.
I don't agree. I wouldn't feel comfortable changing who I am in all those lives.
Graham. A rich merchant inadvertently drops 1 shiny gold coin on the ground. You see a poor, hungry orphan pick it up. Do you A, convince the orphan to be honest and return the coin, or B, turn your head the other way and let the orphan keep the coin?
A. I figured their honesty would be rewarded with more than just 1 shiny gold coin.
Nice. I chose A too. The orphan learned a valuable lesson and would probably be rewarded for their honesty too.
Graham? You have been hunting for your starving family all day and only managed to catch a small goose. On your way back home, a hungry beggar offers you magic beans in return for the goose. The beggar tells you that the beanstalk sprouted from his beans will lead you to a chest that produces unlimited food. He would go after it himself, but his legs are too tired and old. Do you A, kindly reject the offer and bring your starving family their dinner? Or B, let the beggar eat the goose and plant the beans in your yard?
B? I mean, magic beans.
Yep, magic beans.
Magic beans.
You are a royal guard on the lookout for an evil sorcerer that has been terrorizing villagers. When you finally apprehend this sorcerer, you discover he is Charles, your childhood best friend. Do you A, tell Charles to leave town and never return? Or B, throw your friend in the castle dungeon?
I pick A.
I agree. Charles should be banished for the crimes he committed. But I couldn't imprison a friend.
Niece? It says, you are the kingdom's wizard doctor. In the middle of the night, an honorable knight and despicable thief arrive at your door. The thief's injuries are much more severe than the knight's. Do you A, heal the knight first, or B, heal the thief first?
I picked A. The honorable knight served our kingdom well, and he deserves to be healed.
I picked B. I would honor my medical oath to serve those in need first.
V. Oh, this is pretty on the nose. A man you've never met, but is known as a friendly king, sends for your hand in marriage. Do you A, accept his invitation, trusting his reputation, or B, seek love on your own?
Is there any other answer than B?
Of course. I chose the same.
Would you rather A, have a pet dragon, or B, be a dragon?
I pick B.
Actually, I'd rather have a pet dragon. Our moat monster is looking to retire.
Graham, you're poor, and a thief pickpockets your only coin, forcing you to go hungry for the night. A few days later, you see the same thief get robbed of his dinner by 2 bandits. You chase after the bandits and get back the stolen food. Do you A, return the food to the thief, or B, keep the food, teaching the thief a lesson?
I'd return the food. Hopefully a good example would turn the thief around.
Oh, actually, I'd eat the food. You said I was poor and hungry, right? That thief will be fine for one night without dinner. Hopefully he won't steal again.
Graham? Your best friend is planning to marry the love of their life. On the day of the wedding, you discover that their fiancé is a gremlin, using a magic spell to disguise themselves as a human. The gremlin assures you it loves your friend and begs you to keep their secret. Do you A, tell your friend anyway, or B, keep their secret?
Well, A, if they're truly in love, it shouldn't matter.
No. B. I wouldn't want to ruin their special day.
Would you rather A, have a tail that never stops loudly tapping against the ground, or B, have noodles for hands? Well, that wouldn't allow you to pick up anything.
B.
Well, actually, I picked A. I need these hands for adventuring.
Graham, you have a job you love as the Royal Love Doctor. But during an appointment, your best friend's husband admits to you that he's in love with another woman. Do you A, break the confidentiality policy and tell your friend, potentially getting fired? Or B, advise the man to go back to his wife and hope your friend does not find out that you knew he had eyes for another?
B. If he's coming to me for help, he deserves to be forgiven.
Actually, I picked A. I would want to be told.
V. Bravery and boldness are the only important qualities for a hero to have. A, true, or B, false?
B.
B, false, for certain. A good leader is well-rounded.
Great minds think alike.
Would you rather A, constantly reek of syrup and not smell it, or B, constantly smell reeking syrup?
100% B.
Actually, I picked A. I can't stand the smell of reeking syrup.
I lost the game, but was happy to see the bond that Niece and V shared. When the sun went down, the air turned frigid. We decided it was too cold to play another game and headed to bed. The walls of the tower were pretty thin, and embarrassing as it is to admit, that night I overheard the princesses talking about me.
So, King Graham the Compassionate.
I knew he was bluffing.
This seemed like the perfect time to explore the tower. I was interested in getting to know my new home better. It was cold. All I knew how to make was chocolate. Shame. It looked like the loot. I wasn't ready for bed yet. There was still more to explore. This puzzle box busted in the fall and could use some fixing. It was cold at the top of that tower. It was cold at the top of that tower. All I knew how to make was chocolate chip pancakes, and I didn't see any chocolate chips. Shame. It looked like the loot cracked in the tumble and was in need of a repair. Not sleepy yet, I explored more. Once upon a time, a beautiful princess locked herself away in a tower and patiently waited for a charming prince to come and rescue her.
Oh, I do miss her.
The months turned to years, and no prince ever came to whisk her off to a happy ending. Years of appearance-changing potions eventually took their toll and backfired, turning the princess into a soggy hag with a floppy tail.
But the potion could be reversed, right? She could lose the tail and her skin would change back to normal.
I'm afraid not, Gwendolyn. Agatha took it too far. There was no coming back. The enchanted canvas painted a younger portrait of whatever stood in front of it. The witch grew bitter and mad. She began kidnapping princesses in order to increase her chances of being rescued. That seemed to be missing a piece. That seemed to be missing a piece. Agatha never left the tower, so she would send the princesses on her errands. They would fetch this ingredient or that trinket. She used a special enchantment to poof them out of the tower, and after some time, poof them back in.
Why didn't they ever tell anyone they were trapped up there?
If they did, the spell would instantly pull them back in.
Magic is so arbitrary.
Luz Charcistra.
I would hold off on flashing that ring again.
Not gonna make that mistake twice.
Hey there. What's shaking?
I cracked my lute, and I don't have the right tool to fix it.
Want me to try to fix it?
Do you have the tool I need?
Nope.
Then I'll take care of it.
How's it going?
My favorite puzzle box is broken. I'm not sure how to fix it yet.
Want me to try to fix it?
I'll get it.
I was stuck. I needed advice. Too bad I couldn't just dart over to the town square. Or could I? This sorcery was very finicky. It would teleport you away from the tower, but only for a limited time. And you needed something from the place you wanted to go to.
Ah, the old tournament board. Don't know why I need this, but that's never stopped me before. Ah, the old tournament board.
The tree had grown. The branches had filled out. It was looking good.
Graham, good to see ya.
Oh, it's been a while.
Hey, Wenty! Bramble! Where's Taylor?
Oh, he's at home. Probably cutting up our curtains again.
Why, when I was that boy's age, I would roll dough for hours every day after school in me ma's shop. But not my boy. He doesn't have the stomach for hard work.
Or the stomach for sweets. Can you imagine an 8-year-old not liking sweets? Oh, it's not like frostings and acquired taste.
Ah, well, he's just on a different path, I guess.
Oh, I just hope the path of his shears doesn't cross with me duvet cover ever again.
Come on, little boo. Mr. Fancy Cakes looked fabulous in that velvet floral tuxedo.
Oh, at least he stitches from the heart. Now, Graham, what can we do you for?
So, I actually don't have much time, and no possible way to explain why, so I'll just come right out and ask. I need advice. I may have met someone. Or someone's. How do I know if she is the one?
Well, it's like I always say. Compassion comes from...
The heart. All you need is pie. I know. I mean, I do. Look, these bakery puns are becoming stale, and honestly, the yeast of my worries. I need to rise to the occasion. It's all or muffin.
Excuse me. I've got something in my rye.
All right, you two. You're baking me crazy. Now, Graham, if you don't mind, can I answer your question with a question?
Proceed.
Now, it might sound cliched, but just like our spiniferous thornweed pie, real love isn't about the outside. It's what's baked in the gooey center that counts. Have you discussed
And hugs!
What?
Lots of hugs!
Wenty, don't you hug everything?
What? No,
You're hugging yourself right now.
I am not.
Sorry. We've been working on that. He's only supposed to hug things that give him joy.
But Bramble, everything gives me joy.
Wenty, we've been over this. I don't think that vagrant skunk brought you joy.
It did. I have a problem. Hug.
Oh, later, Sugarplum. Graham still needs our advice.
Well, if you had to pick your top 2 core values, what would you say you are looking for in a companion?
I would say... affection. I buffed up these arms for snuggling. And hugs. Oh, and also... a good relationship with her family would be nice. I've been whipping up large batches of choco chip pancakes and practicing sharing. Oh, the spell. It's kicking in. It's going to pull me back.
Spell? Oh, what have you gotten yourself into?
I'll have to explain later. Oh, I could also use a recipe. You got one I could borrow?
Oh, of course. Sweet or savory?
Huh. Sweet.
Let's see here. I have ban-apple, sugar shroom, cocamel, sweet butter brickle, starberry, and choco nut creme pie.
I only need one recipe.
That was one.
Oh, here, sweetheart. This beginner's recipe should be a bit simpler to make.
Thank you.
All right. You have 10 seconds. Go.
Oh, I am glad we got to catch up. But I didn't get to thank him for the popover. Do you think he would turn up again soon? The next time we see him, we should...
And you're done.
All right.
Oh. Hug.
Hug.
No way.
I told you no detail would be overlooked. Underneath Manny's mask was the face of a goblin.
Nice twist. You're not fooling me. That's not where that goes.
All I knew how to make was chocolate.
All right, sweet. Here we go. I I whipped this up special for you.
Sweet! My favorite. Thank you. I fixed the lute. Would you like a lesson?
I would love to.
Here. Now repeat after me. Now you try. Wonderful! Nope. Again. Great! Let's start over. Wonderful! You're a quick learner.
Could you play me a melody to help me sleep?
How about something with a bow and some strings?
Who said violins? Doesn't solve anything.
I was slightly disappointed there was no mention of me that night.
Grandpa, boys aren't the only things the girls talk about.
I learned that lesson long ago.
Oh, someone's at the door. Just a moment. Be there in a jiffy.
Agatha, it's been forever. You're looking... Agatha, so nice to see you.
Malden, your English is coming along superbly.
Well, thanks for noticing.
Care to join me for a spot of tea?
Now, Agatha, I know better than to set foot inside this tower, but I do appreciate the invitation.
You never know. You might like it better in the air. The view is quite nice, and if it ever rains, we move.
I grew up in a cave, so I'm fine with a small, cold room with a view of rubble.
Speaking of small and cold, please tell him to be careful with this.
The message will be received.
I'm serious, Malden. I've spent my life coated in a thin layer of cosmolotion. It's a potion. It's not a panacea.
Duly noted. Oh, I almost forgot. He wanted to return this book he borrowed. Said he doesn't need it anymore.
Ah, yes. How to Tame Your Dragon. Did you ever find Hornswoggle?
It'll return when it's tired of feeding off werebears and lost travelers.
A balanced breakfast indeed. Ha! Good day, Malden. It's always a pleasure.
The pleasure has been mine. Fare thee well, Agatha.
One night, Agatha invited us all to her pretty princess ball. I was nervous and excited.
Tonight we shall have our pretty princess ball. It will be everything we've always dreamed of. Oh, yeah. Faster now! Nope, again. Not graceful. That's not a princess move. It's turn, turn, twist. Not twist, turn, turn.
That was really lovely. Thanks, Hagatha. And Princess Graham, of course.
Thanks to you.
Oh, what a glorious evening. Oh, thank you, ladies, for a wonderful ball. I wish it would never end. Perhaps it shouldn't.
It was at that moment Hagatha realized she had everything she wanted inside the tower. Her happy ending was right in front of her. She would freeze time to keep that moment forever.
I wonder if I can make a large enough batch of frost tonic.
You and Graham are so sweet.
Shh. Oh, hush up.
That night, my nervous anxiety turned to happy butterflies. I went to bed with a smile on my face. I had won some favor with Hagatha, and she sent me on a special mission.
Princess Graham, the time has come. I have a very special mission for you. This magic won't last long, but I need you to bring me back the keys of harmony. Your spell will teleport you back here once you've picked it up. I need to make sure I can trust you.
You know, Grandpa, I think you told me this part. Are you sure you're not getting the stories mixed up again?
Sadly, this is not a senior moment, I'm afraid. Those potions smell pungent and acidic, but oddly familiar. The book collection had grown over the years. The sorcery of old looked like a new edition. Teaching English as a second language. The room seemed lonelier without the loud rumbling of a certain dragon's snore. I hoped that beast was enjoying his freedom. Intriguing. A book titled How to Read.
You're slouching again. Try to stand up straighter.
And then I hid again.
Bring it over here. It'll take all night to prepare.
Must we go through with this? After gazing upon Hagatha's face, I question the validity of that elixir.
Hagatha's enchantments are stunted by the towers she locked them away in. Out here, with a little air, this sorcery can reach its full potential. We'll have to let this sit overnight. For now, we sleep.
I want to voice my concerns again, brother.
You, of all people, should know what it's like to wear a mask all your life. A scarf, that obscures your vision. A helmet that hides your face. This body has taken my mind as far as it can go. Now, good night. Please snuff the torch.
Our parents were wrong to hide you from the world, but at least they didn't forget about you. No, instead they fed you, they read to you, they raised you as their own. I was a whipping boy for 16 years. For what? A stupid goblin prank?
Watch your tongue, brother. You're beginning to sound like a human. A silly goblin took you in from the cold. A dull goblin taught you to read, and a stupid goblin gave you a second chance at life.
Please forgive me. I misspoke.
Am I wrong to believe that the mind is what should matter? Is my trust in brains over brawn misplaced? I've dedicated my life to prove that, given the right resources, our species is capable of higher thought, and that even a silly little goblin can lead this kingdom. That's the change I want to inspire. That's the progress Daventry needs.
Oh, you're right as always. And the Cosmolotion is the only way around your banishment from King Graham.
King Graham? King Graham was a fluke. We'd already be at the castle toasting to our divine intellect if it wasn't for that bumbling, red-nosed, feathered half-wit. Did I ever tell you he asked what my availability for sleepovers was? Moron.
Hey, I am not a fluke.
Egads!
Did you really just say that?
Well, don't just stand there. Grab him.
Oh, stay right there. Don't move. Gwendolyn and I are working on your surprise.
I won't peek. I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, Gwendolyn, your lunch is ready, and your cousin is waiting.
Thanks, Grandma.